Tattoo artist of Reddit, what is the most fucked up thing you've tattooed? I knew a guy that got rabbit prints on his ass cheek leading to his butthole. Want to see my new rabbit tattoo? Aw man, it must have jumped in his hole. That's an astonishing level of commitment to a joke. 8-ball on a guy's testicle. Did you have to blackwork the whole testicle so it looks like an 8-ball or just an 8-ball on it? Blackworked it and left a hole and tattooed 8 in the left out space. How'd the guy take it? Corner pocket. He scratched. A lady I used to work with had a teddy bear tattooed around her nipple so it looked like the bear's belly. She called it her teddy bear. My ex has a tattoo of a gravy boat sucking itself off. Now that's an image I didn't think I'd ever read or have to picture. I'm trying so hard to picture it but I can't place the mouth. Sounds like a deleted scene from Beauty and the Beast. Had a guy get a tattoo of his wife fingering her own ass, while she sat and watched me tattoo it on him. Interesting experience trying to get the shading on her labia just right while she was peering over my shoulder. Coulda gone meta and tattooed her around his butthole to make his butthole her butthole. I had to have a polyp removed from my colon a few years back. When they removed it, they actually tattooed a marker inside my colon, so that spot would be easier to find and check in a colonoscopy. So while not a tattoo artist, I do have a tattoo up my ass. That qualifies as fucked up. What's the nature of this tattoo? Is it a cross, a dot, a ring, or other words in it? It was the inscription from the ring in Lord of the Rings. My friend's dad had a tattoo that covered his entire forearm of 2 pigs going at it doggy style, piggy style, and it said making bacon above it. He was made to cover it up every time we visited but I saw it once and it's quite graphic. Imagine dropping your kids off for a sleepover and the dad answers the door with this on his arm. Timmy, time to go home. Sorry Timmy, but you're not cool enough to hang out with these people. I just started tattooing, so I was taking any kind of walk-in I could get. This guy would come in every few weeks and get his girlfriend's name tattooed on him. The same name, all different ways, in a diamond, attached to an infinity symbol, with a ladybug. One day he came in with her and I was surprised because I never seen her and always wanted to know who this muse of shitty name tattoos was. She seemed pissed off and unapproachable. The guy was in high spirits though. I skipped the small talk with her, did the tattoo, let them leave. He came in a few weeks later, alone. I finally asked him why all the name tattoos? He told me he would tattoo her name on himself every time he cheated on her and she found out. He then asked me if I would like to go to dinner after his tattoo. That was our last interaction. Wow. Odd that she stayed beyond the first 2. This young man wanted a tattoo on his back. It said something like, "Lisa, please forgive me." Asked him if this was some last-ditch effort to get this girl back. He said yes, and I told him this is a really bad idea, you shouldn't do this. He wanted the tattoo anyway, so he got it. If it worked out with him and the girl, she will always remember this terrible thing he did that was so bad he had to go get a tattoo to try and prove how wrong he was. Or if it didn't work out with them, whoever he dated afterwards would ask him what terrible thing he did that was so bad he had to go get a tattoo to try fix things with his ex. It seemed like a no-win scenario with that tattoo. My advice is, if your tattoo artist is telling you that something isn't a good idea to get, just take a moment and consider why. I was at a concert years ago in Philly when this guy showed up with a tattoo of a woman that had some very poorly executed features, e.g. oddly crooked nose, teeth out of alignment, etc. My buddy says to me if some tattoo guy screwed up a picture of my girlfriend that badly I'd kick his ass. Well, about 10 minutes later this young lady shows up and damn if she didn't look just like the tattoo. Edit. Thank you to all the kind Redditors showing me the love for this posting. I'm glad I was able to bring a bit of humor to people's day. Reminds me of this true crime video on YouTube where the police sketch was real weird looking. I said to myself, nobody looks like that. When they got the person, it looked exactly like the sketch. Been tattooing nearly 20 years and honestly most everything has been pretty tame. I've had a few very weird quote requests but they never actually follow up on scheduling, or I just outright decline the piece. The weirdest tattoo I think I've ever actually done was a portrait of a stillborn baby. I totally get the sentiment and I've done countless memorials for stillborn babies, so that in and of itself is not weird, but the photo I was working from in this case was not a nice one. You know how they put little hats and clothes on a stillborn baby to take a photo for the parents? They'd done that here as well, but I think the baby had butterfly syndrome or something as the poor thing's skin was peeling away. I asked as gently as I could if he wanted the photo cleaned up for the tattoo. I don't have to tattoo all those wounds, you know? but he wanted it just as is. I respect that. People heal trauma in many ways. I did the tattoo as requested. He loved it. I did not take a photo for my portfolio. And since I know you'll ask, a couple of strange quote requests. These people did not get the tattoo, to be clear, just asked for a price, a photo of herself as a little girl, but wanted me to add blood all over her and dripping from her husband and wife wanted to come in together, and have me tattoo a photo of themselves engaged in BDSM. I assume they wanted a threesome afterwards too. It was heavily implied in the email. Human trafficking tattoos, usually an older man trying to schedule for his much younger girlfriend to get a random name or word done near the pubic area. A couple requests for sclera tattoos, recoloring the whites of the eyes, Google if you dare. I used to work for an anti-human trafficking nonprofit and traffickers tattooing their victims is super common. It can be their name, a $sign, a money bag, or even a barcode. If you see something like that happen you can call the National Human Trafficking Hotline http://humantraffickinghotline.org/ and report it anonymously. Apologize for the formatting, on my phone. Yep. I'm a victim advocate. We actually have a local artist that donates tats if our clients want to do cover-ups instead of removal. He also does any if we have any DV clients who have abusers' names statted.